Hi, boys and girls.
Join me, Miss Colleen. We'll read stories together. We can go to the zoo in my living room on a learning adventure from Monday to French Friday.
Bonjour.
There's always a fun way to learn something new.
Is that true?
Come and see on Story Time with Miss Colleen.
Let's see what's in our story bag. Hi, boys and girls. How are you today? I thought it would be fun to make some Play-Doh together. Now we're going to make two kinds of Play-Doh today. One kind of Play-Doh you need a grown-up to help you. The other kind of Play-Doh you could make all by yourself as long as you ask a grown-up. Make sure that it's okay. So the first one is one that you would need a grown-up's help with. Now this is a Play-Doh recipe that I will share with you. It's actually on the Instagram feed, so you might be able to find it, but you can also listen and see if you can remember all the ingredients. The first thing that we put in is flour. So this is wheat flour. I have made it before with a gluten-free flour. It didn't turn out as well, but it did turn out. So this is wheat flour. Now we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. And cream of tartar is with the spices at the grocery store. And it's something kind of like baking powder or baking soda, and it makes the Play-Doh really nice and smooth. So 1 and 2. 2 teaspoons. That's the small spoon. Now, in this, I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. That's our dry ingredients. And in here, we're gonna put our wet ingredients. So we need 1 tablespoon of oil, any kind of cooking oil. 1 tablespoon, and I always mix it with the other wet ingredients. And the other wet ingredients are 1 cup of water. So here's our cup, and it's boiled water. So you need to get your grown-up to help you with this. You have to boil it in the tea kettle or in a pot so that it's nice and hot. And then we have to be very careful because you could burn yourself with it. And then in that, I like to put the food coloring. And so now we can choose what color we want our Play-Doh to be. I'd like mine to be green. So I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of food coloring. And I'll stir that up a little bit. So now you see that it's green. And now I forgot something with the dry ingredients. I forgot to put the salt. So you also need 1/2 cup of salt. I usually put a little bit less than 1/2 cup. And mix that together. And I thought I'd do something special today. Because it's green, I thought maybe we'd like it to smell like mint. So I have a mint tea bag. And I'm going to cut it open. And I'm going to take the tea leaves and put them in the Play-Doh. It smells like peppermint. I'm going to put those right in the Play-Doh and stir it up. And then I'm going to pour the water and oil and food coloring in. And then you stir it up. Can you see? Stir it till it's all mixed. I can smell that it smells minty now. I think Maggie can smell it too. She thinks it's something to eat, but she would be unpleasantly surprised if she tried this because it would taste very salty. So it's all mixed together, and now it doesn't really look like Play-Doh, does it? So this is the other part of the recipe where you need a grown-up's help because we have to cook it on the stove for just a little bit of time. Now we're gonna pour it into a pan or a pot. And we have to stir it on the stove for a little bit until it cooks a bit more. It still smells good. Now I'm gonna stir it in here, you see, until it starts to cook. It's already starting to cook. It's pretty quick because it's already pretty warm from the hot water that we put into it. You see, a little bit lumpy. I'm just gonna finish stirring this and then I'll show you what it looks like. You see what it looks like now, boys and girls? Now, I forgot to mention that I'm wearing my lab coat today, and that's because we are in the science lab, the kitchen. And this is science. Did you know that cooking is a kind of science? Because some things changed their state. So we had something that was a liquid, and it turned into a solid. Look at that. Now it's a solid. Now it looks more like Play-Doh, doesn't it? Now it's very hot. Just if I left my hand on it, it would be too hot, but I can put it out like this. And then you're going to knead it like you would with bread. Okay. Oh, it's very soft from that cream of tartar. And let me give it a smell. It still smells. Well, let's see what's in the story bag today, boys and girls. Oh, it's a very big book. It's called An Elephant and Piggy Biggie, Give Me 5 by Mo Willems. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories in this book, but we're just going to read one. And I thought, since we've been making Play-Doh today, a good reminder not to eat the Play-Doh would be to read this one. I Really Like Slop. Really Like Slop by Mo Willems. La la la. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Piggy.
Yikes.
What is that? This is slop. Slop? Yummy, yummy slop.
Yummy? You eat that?
Sure, I eat this. Pigs really, 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 really like slop. Eating slop is part of pig culture. Oh. Should it smell like that? Yes. What about all those flies? The flies are how you know it's ripe. Do you want to try my slop?
Do I want to try your slop? No way!
Oh, okay. Walk, 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 walk. Piggy, wait. Yes, Gerald? I will
Try your slop.
Yay! Maybe you will really like slop.
Maybe.
Try a big taste. I will try a small taste. Look, that is a small taste. You are close to trying slop.
You are closer. Closer.
You tried it!
Ooh.
Spicy, huh? Do you know how I get that old shoe taste? Old shoes!
Irk, 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 irk.
So, do you really like slop? No, I do not really like slop. But I am glad I tried it. Because I really like you. Oh, Gerald. Dessert? Don't push it, bub.
The
And Okay, now this is the second kind of yogurt that we can make together. And this one, you don't need anything to be hot, you don't need to use the stove, so it's one that you could make by yourself, but just make sure you ask your mom and dad, your parents, if it's okay for you to use the ingredients that you're going to need. So what you'll need for this one is cornstarch, it's just 2 ingredients, and yogurt. So I'm using yogurt cups, I already put 1 in. I'm gonna put another one in. This kind is strawberry. You can also do it with pudding, but I'm gonna try it with strawberry yogurt today and it'll smell so good. Now we have, that's about 1 cup of yogurt, I think, or maybe a half a cup, I'd have to see. Okay, so that was 200 grams of yogurt, so a little bit less than a cup. And then we have a cup of cornstarch that we're gonna add slowly in. I'm gonna mix it together until it starts to look like Play-Doh. It doesn't look like Play-Doh yet, does it? It still looks like yogurt. So let's add some more. Keep stirring it up. It smells really good. I wish you could smell it. Oops, I made a mess there. Stir it up. Cornstarch and yogurt. That's the only 2 ingredients. And I'll tell you a little secret. The yogurt that I had in my fridge, it said it wasn't good to eat anymore. So I thought, well, we'll make Play-Doh with it because we're not going to eat it. Now, this is what it looks like with 1 cup of cornstarch. I think it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to put another half a cup of cornstarch in there. So put a little bit more in there. Half a cup. And we'll stir it up. Let's see what it turns into. Now it's looking more like Play-Doh. You see that? It's a little bit harder to stir. I'm gonna put it onto my countertop. Oh, and you know, it feels kind of like goop. Have you ever made goop with cornstarch and water? That's kind of what it feels like. But it smells like strawberry yogurt. It's sort of like a putty. I'm gonna put just a little more. You can put a little bit more on so it's not too sticky. It feels really nice in my hands. I like the feeling of that. And there, I would say that that's done. There we go. Well, that's everything for today, boys and girls. Do you remember what we did today? We started off upstairs in the science lab and we made 2 different kinds of Play-Doh. First, we made the Play-Doh that grown-ups have to help you with. And we cooked it on the stove and now it smells like mint because we put those mint leaves in there. And then we read Piggy and Gerald, and we read all about how Piggy loves to eat slop, but Gerald doesn't like it very much. And I thought that was a good reminder not to eat the Play-Doh because it would taste like slop. And then we made the other kind of Play-Doh that a grown-up doesn't have to help you with yogurt and cornstarch. Well, I hope you had fun today. I had fun with you, and we'll see you next time.